Hello, very excited for you to join us and the beautiful Kathryn. We are launching our brand new one-day special, which obviously happens every day at this time. Today it is Paper Rose, so very excited to be here with this. Let me give you the details and then Kathryn's going to talk you through everything that we've got here. So you are getting your Paper Rose Poinsettia die and stamp collection, 17 dies and 8 stamps in total. Now your price will be £49.95 plus your postage, but we have got it on Flexi Buy, so that will be 2 payments of £24.98 plus your P&P on your first payment. Well, I'm excited and I'm thrilled
to be with you,
honestly, so am I. So am I. Kathryn actually did
Oh.
my audition and she has been an absolute angel since I've joined her chanda, like with advice and help and everything. So I can't thank you enough for that. So now you can teach me some more bits.
Do you know, we might even get you crafting, Nikki. I know you've done a little bit today. So
I did do a little bit
more. Now, the one-day special, this is Paper Rose. Now, Paper Rose is a company that started as a small family company in Australia.
Oh.
Yes, so we don't see many of the Paper Rose dies or stamps here in the UK. In fact, I know we have had in the past at least some exclusives before. I'm not sure about the stock today. There's anybody that's got them. It's very few and far between.
Oh, okay, that's good.
So we're going to start here with a one-day special, and it is a lovely bundle. Yes, I know it's Christmas, but we've got poinsettias in here, but I don't think they need to be just for Christmas. You can use these at all time of year, depending on the colours. But you have got beautiful dies and some stamps as well. Do you know how many days it is till Christmas, Nikki?
No.
Only 116 days until Christmas.
Oh, do you know, my son does keep asking me how many sleeps, and I just say, ask your grandma, ask your grandma.
Well, we can start counting down now. Anyway, you can see everything you've got here. There are a lot of dies, 17 dies in total, and you've got 8 stamps as well. So you can see the stamps there on the screen. They are polymer stamps, so you can see exactly where you're stamping with them. You can build up your little scenes. You have got the corresponding dies to cut each of those out as well. So they are beautiful. But the dies themselves are exquisite, and I've got to say the boards that I've done here, just white card on the black background. I haven't used an embossing mat with these. If you use an embossing mat, there's a lot of detail that's going to come out on the leaves and on the flowers as well.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to make them extra special.
Let me show you another one that you've done.
Now these will layer up together as well. Some of the corners, you can see a bit of layering going on. You can use them totally separately or you can use them together. They are beautiful. This is the corner. Isn't that stunning?
Yeah, that's how striking.
That is beautiful. It really is.
Absolutely gorgeous. Great, so that's what you're getting included. Obviously, we're going to show you many demonstrations coming up, but we've also got a lot more goodies to get through as well. So those are the details on your screen for your one-day special, but there's even more. You can buy those individually as well. Just look on our website. You can get them individually or in the bundle, as we've just mentioned. So let's have a look at these other goodies we've got. So the first one we're going to come to is the Snowflake Corner Die. Now this, I feel, is absolutely beautiful.
It is, it certainly is. And don't forget, you could use these. You can use the inner, the outer. You can use these as stencils as well. It is stunning, Nikki. And whether you want one corner, whether you want 2 opposites, or whether you want a whole framework of these, it's going to look absolutely beautiful. Very delicate detail. Isn't that gorgeous?
Absolutely gorgeous.
And again, if you use an embossing mat, you're going to bring out the detail in the leaves there. There's places where you can put your pearls on there as well, or your gems. You know, there's pinpoint areas for the little berries. And again, snip into these if you want to separate them and layer them up. It's going to look beautiful.
Okay, so that is your Snowflake Corner Die, £9.99 plus your P&P. Now we also have a corner frame die as well. So this is your Snowflake corner frame. So you can see that there, and I'm just going to show you a sample as well that Kathryn has done for us, just it cut out. Yeah.
Isn't that stunning as well?
So stunning. Yeah, so very striking.
Just one corner maybe on a card if you've got a nice background, whether you're inking backgrounds, using your papers, you know, lots of different ways of working with it. Just very delicate. It's totally winter, isn't it? It doesn't have to be Christmas, it can be winter.
No, I was just thinking that. Yeah, absolutely. So again, item number 167894, and that is £9.99 plus your P&P. Then we have the Snowflake Border Die. Now this I like.
This is lovely. So rather than a corner, we've got a border here as well, and they all go perfectly together. But of course, use them totally separately. Do you know what I like
Should I
about
do it that way, or
you can use it whichever way you like. You really, really can. It's just beautiful. I love the little stars in there as well. You know, once again, picking out with a few gems in the middle of the snowflakes, maybe a bit of glitter on the stars.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to do much more to it.
No, again, £9.99 plus your P&P, item number 183572. Now, this one I really, really like. I said to our producer, actually, this is the Christmas Snowflake Flower. This is really, really pretty. Have a look at this.
It is, it's very pretty indeed. And whether you work with it individually or you can actually marry this with the one day special. If I bring in actually two of them, the corner from the one day special, Nikki, you could overlay on there.
Yes.
You also get the individual poinsettia there as well, and it's going to overlay there as well. So you can build up your layers, add more detail. It's absolutely beautiful.
Item number 137932, £9.99 and your P&P. And remember, these are all new today as well. So we've got even more for you. So this is your large Christmas, isn't it? Snowflake Layered Die. So you can see it there, but have a look at the cutout, because then you really do see it.
Isn't that beautiful?
So you're getting 4 dies there.
Gorgeous. Now you get that background there, the solid, and then you've got that very intricate snowflake there as well. These would look lovely. Just use them as they are, delicately, maybe dangling in an open aperture on a card. Use them with acetate as well to make gorgeous backgrounds. So, or put tea lights through, you know, your boxes and your candles and things like that. Would look gorgeous. And again, these are going to work totally individually, but they work beautifully with the other dies in the range as well.
Item number 941164, £10.99 and your P&P. Now we've got some stamps on the show as well, and these are so cute. So these are your cozy winter stamps. You're actually getting 16 of them. Oh, hello. Jimmy, come on.
They're looking at the glue on my jeans, perhaps. That's another story.
Oh, it is another story. Anyway, so we've got Jimmy was concerned with it. He said he needed to have a look. So anyway, we've got these gorgeous cozy stamps. So, so cute. Item number 246583, £15.99. We'll be using any of these in this show, or maybe in the next one?
Maybe in the next one.
Yeah,
we'll see how we go.
They're so cute.
We'll see how we go. They are cute. And it's nice to have a mix of something very traditional and something quite cute as well. You can build up your stories. I always saying you can build stories with your dies and your stamps. We have got the dies coming up that match these, so you don't have to cut them out by hand.
I know.
Or just stamp onto
cardstock. We've got the dies as well. How good is that? So again, the cozy winter matching metal die set. There you go. You can see it there. And item number 397180, that's just £14.99 and £2.95 is your P&P. So obviously you can get both, and that would be your set.
To be fair, the stamps on their own work perfectly. The dies don't make quite as much sense unless you go for the stamps with them as well. I mean, you could cut silhouettes there, but obviously they're meant to go together, so well worth popping them both into your basket.
Yes. Now we have the Scribble Wreath. Now there's 6 dies in this.
I love this one.
Yeah, this is very cool. So I'm just going to hold, obviously you see it there, it looks great, but have a look at this cutout. Look at that.
That is gorgeous, and you could make that much fuller by overlaying as well, and being very clever with the extra foliage there as well. I think, do you know, that wreath, the wreath itself, I wouldn't just use for Christmas. I would add other flowers to that.
No, well, this is the kind of thing that can be used, you know, Halloween, we do things like that. Obviously, summertime, Easter, so any time really. I mean, I've seen this used quite a lot on all different variants.
Definitely. And you don't have to use the whole thing either. You could have a wreath sort of coming in from the side. It sounds unusual, but it works very, very well.
No, I saw someone doing that the other day, actually, which was something I would never have thought of before. But yeah, loved it. So item number 985288. Again, new today, £15.99 and £2.95. We are busy for that. 20% of that has gone already.
Oh, it's a gorgeous
Do you know the wreaths? Yeah, but they're so popular, the wreaths, aren't they? For that reason, that I think they're not just Christmas associated.
Definitely. I'd use that all year round. Obviously, the holly. Do you know, even the holly, you could change it around as well if you wanted to.
Yeah, and our John Lockwood taught me that the other day, because he was using poinsettias and hollies, and he was like, make them a different colour, a pink, a yellow, and you can use them any time of year. You know, you're not going to have someone saying, hang on a minute, that's the poinsettia, it shouldn't be on there.
Yes,
He
hopefully
just
we'll get
change
to
the
do that
colour.
throughout the shows actually, by turning what is essentially winter and Christmas
Yes.
into non-winter and
Yeah,
Christmas.
definitely. Okay, so our next, this is our Scribble Wreath Die Set. Oh no, it isn't. This is your Seasoned Greetings, I'm betting.
I love this one as
Yeah.
well. Isn't that gorgeous?
Seasoned Greetings Die Set. So 830-826, again new today, $16.99, and your P&P. So you're getting that included.
It's a lovely set, this one. You've got the background, you've got the solid at the back there, which you can use them both together, but actually just the Season's Greeting in the finer font there works just as well on its own, which is beautiful.
It's lovely.
But it's the size of this one, Nikki, because it makes a focal point to a card.
True, yeah.
You know, so if you're really stuck for time or you want something simple, or maybe, you know, it's someone who doesn't like anything too fussy, just that in a card is absolutely beautiful.
Oh. Okay, so moving on, more stamps. So these are winter tree. Isn't there a lot of new items today?
There is. These are all new today.
Yeah, how
all
good is
completely
that?
new.
So winter tree collection. These are your stamps. You're getting 5 of them, and these are pretty.
These are gorgeous. You've got the sentiments in there as well. Now this is lovely. Whether you want to use this as a solid
I'm going to
stamp,
turn this on my
or use
its
part
side. On
of
my
it.
side. I'm not going to turn on my side. I'm going to turn
There
on
you
its
go.
side. There
Isn't
we
that
go.
gorgeous?
Yeah.
I love the fact
That
you've got
makes
the
more
snow in the background as well. You've got those lovely fir trees there. You've got the Christmas sentiments as well, which are a great font. Again, I love the style of the font of these. Different styles, but they're not plain, but they're not too scripty either, so
No.
it works for everyone. Great to use these in conjunction with your dies as well. Lovely scene building stamps.
And the item number is 972953. New today, $15.99, and your P&P. Right. We've got even more stamps. So these are your pine tree stamps. I think you're going to like these. So again, these can be used all year round. And, oh, you get your sentiment in there. Do you want me to turn? No, I won't turn that round because the tree is going that way. So, item number 304902, $11.99, plus your P&P. Oh, and there's a little robin there.
There is, but again, you could make that, you know, a bird for any time of the year. I don't think it is
And the
particularly a
tree.
robin, actually. And it's lovely that it's on that little twig there. Really lovely. I've got a nice sample, I think, that I'm going to do with that tomorrow, a demonstration, probably during tomorrow, not tonight.
Oh, okay. That's something to look forward to. So 304902, $11.99, and your P&P. So then we've got our sentiment set. So this is our sentiment stamp set. Again, all of the, oh, I like this. All of these are on the website. 350472, $15.99, and your P&P. So you're getting 14 stamps in here.
You are, and I love this as well because look, everything's separate, so you can make your own sentiments, And I'm a big fan of seeing different size fonts. I know it's not for everybody, but I love to see sort of larger fonts mixed with smaller fonts. It works very, very well, especially when you're making different size cards as well. You can mix it around a little bit, or you want a focal point of a certain word. So a great set, this one as well. It looks great embossed, of course.
So again, new today. Now, we've got a few more items to show you. We said we did have quite a lot, but they are all brand new today. So, the Reindeer family. Oh,
Isn't this lovely?
yes, so lovely. So, item number 466295, $13.99, and your P&P. And then have a look at this cutout.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Absolutely gorgeous.
And you could have more than one baby if you wanted to. You could
Yeah.
have as many as you like, or you could have a whole herd. Is it a herd of deer? What do we call a collection of deer? We'll try and find out, actually.
Yeah.
But I know we've seen deer before, but these to me are very elegant, or what's the word I'm looking for? Proud. They stand proud.
Yes.
It is
It
a
is
herd.
a herd.
Lovely. And
Well
these,
done,
whether you
Ross.
just want to stick to silhouettes, black on white or white on black, or whether you want to use craft card or whatever colours, these are going to work every single time and look amazing.
So details on the screen for that. And then, to go with it maybe, or to use, we have Reindeer in the Forest.
Now this is another one of my favourites. Now I have seen dies kind of similar in the past, or where they've been separate, the woodland scene and the stag separately, but for me it's the size of this one. I think it's absolutely perfect for a tag. Beautiful,
Yeah.
just beautiful.
$9.99 in your P&P, and item number 693318. So let's have a website and we can have a look about everything we've just mentioned, and we're going to start some demonstrations, which I am extremely excited about because I know that Kathryn's an incredible crafter. So I can't wait to, first of all, watch her, second of all, learn some tips. So I'm excited.
Right, well, first of all, before I even start, it looks like one of my dies has gone missing. Now, everybody's been helping me today, see, so I think things have been collected up where they shouldn't. I may have to borrow. Oh, no, I've just spotted it. It's there. It's there. I'm hiding it. Ooh. It's there. So we're going to start with the one-day special, but I am going to bring in some other dies as well.
Okay.
So, again, part of the one-day special, we have another set of the poinsettia layers, and there's 3 little dies in that one, actually. You've got the centre. You've got the centre that goes with this as well. They do stand alone if you want to use them just as they are, but the one-day special, if you're going for the full collection, it's nice to mix these together. Now, there is another die that we've shown you as well, which is this one, which works beautifully. This is an individual die, but you've got that lovely detail in there, really, really lovely detail, in fact. So you can layer it with this one and make something extra special with it. So because these are brand new dies, I always like, Nikki, to show die cutting through the machine itself to show how they cut.
Okay.
Now, before I do that, it is important to say machines do vary. I think you've probably heard this quite a number of times already yourself, and everybody at home has obviously heard the same thing. Different brands of machines cut in different ways. The rollers, sometimes depending on how we look after them as well, can get a little bit stretched. So if you find a die isn't cutting right, it's very unlikely it's the die. It's going to be the sandwich that you've got wrong, or maybe you need a little shim. By a shim, we need an uplift. So
okay.
A little bit like an inner sole in a shoe.
Yes.
So you're going to give it a little lift. And the reason I'm telling you that on this one is because I've got this Sizzix Big Shot, which I absolutely love. It's my machine of choice. But there are areas, especially in these dies here, where you've got some embossing detail. Now, I know with the machine I've got, although I've been given some mats, some embossing mats, they're not the ones that were meant to go with this machine, so I may need to put a little shim in there, but we're going to try and show you all the detail.
Okay.
So, first of all, I'm going to use some cardstock. And again, various cardstock, you know, you get very fibrous card, you get cardstock that's quite thick, quite thin. You're going to get different results depending on the cardstock that you're using. Do you know, I might actually go, no, I'm not going to go with the silver on this one. I'm just going to find some basic white cardstock here. And this isn't particularly heavy. So let's just grab some of this. Okay, so this is quite a thin cardstock actually. I'm going to come back to that.
I was just going to say to you, is there a particular weight you recommend?
These are thin dies, which most dies are. The big dies are usually the Sizzix ones. They're really big platforms with sort of an internal blade. The thinlet dies, or the thin dies, will cut through your papers, your cardstocks. They'll go up to a certain weight. Maybe some of the thinner fabrics as well, you might be able to go through. I would suggest trying things with your machines.
Okay.
As I say, every machine will differ, but don't ever force anything through a machine. If you find that you're turning the handle and it's really, really stiff, just don't force it, because you don't want to damage the machine rollers.
Okay, before you start that, I just need to let you know that the Scribble Wreath that we talked about, over 40% has gone. So we knew this would be popular. This is definitely the most popular, I think, at the moment. So 40% already gone, and we've only been here a few minutes. So.
Right, okay, so we're just going to die cut first of all. So what I'm going to do here, I've got the Big Shot Plus, so it's the larger machine. Don't need the bigger machine for this. It will fit through your standard machines. So this is quite a thin cardstock. I'd say it's only about 220 GSM.
Okay.
So I'm just going to send that through. Now, Nikki, I'm sure you've done shows already with die cutting machines.
Yes.
And you've heard the cracking sound.
Yes.
It's normal.
Yeah.
Don't worry
about
it. Yeah.
Who did I hear it with first? Well, do you know, I think I heard it first with Barbara, so I presumed she knew what she was doing, so I just... I heard it and thought, well, that must be normal, it's Barbara Gray.
What it is, on the dies, you've got blades, and although they don't feel particularly sharp, if you rub your finger over it, it's not like it's going to be really sharp.
No.
But the pressure of the machine is going to force those blades through the cardstock, and that's the cracking as it bites into the plate.
Okay.
So that's the noise that you're hearing. Now, what I've got here is, I have got a little bit of tape on here, which I don't really want to remove it all. I am going to attempt to emboss this a little bit, because running it straight through just with the die isn't going to give me all of the detail in here, which I'd like to bring out.
Okay.
Now, I will be honest, I haven't got the right mats here, so I might have to do a little bit of shim making with some cardstock.
Okay.
But because I'm using a rubber mat, I'm taking out this from my sandwich.
Okay.
And I'm leaving the cardstock as it is there. I don't want to disturb that. Now I'm just going to reach under here because I have got a rubber mat. I've no idea what brand it is. It was one that Jimmy managed to find for me, which I'm really grateful for, because I did want to show you the detail as much as possible. Now I've just got to make sure that I haven't moved the cardstock in the die itself. I'm going to place that down onto the mat so the blade is against the rubber mat, okay? And then we're going to sandwich it again. I'm going to sandwich it again, and then because I know I'm likely to need a shim, I'm just going to use some cardstock. Okay, so I'm going to start with a couple of sheets of A4. You can do this with your machines at home, but as I say, just make sure you're not forcing anything. So as I send this through the machine, if I feel it's too much, I'll stop and I'll take a piece of the cardstock out.
Okay.
Okay, so let's hope it works. So I'm sending it through. There's not a great deal of pressure there, actually. It might not be enough, so I might need another shim, but we'll have a look at it. Oh, we've got a squeak. We might need some oil. Now then, I'm just going to try and peel away a little bit. It's done it. That'll be enough. I could have put another piece of cardstock in, but I'm going to make this do because I don't want to spend too long cutting the one die.
Okay.
So I'll remove that tape. But it's worth it. If you've got a rubber mat, it is worth sending through the die again once you've die cut it, because it's going to bring out the detail.
Okay.
So what I've got there now, if we look at this, is the detail on the holly leaves. Let me just tip that. Can you see it there, Nikki?
Yes.
Now, because this is a thin cardstock, if I didn't send it through with a rubber mat, that wouldn't pick up the same. So you're not going to see it. Okay. So that's my decorative corner. And you could work with it just as it is. If you wanted to layer up the flower itself, just got an awkward bit of cardstock there, you could cut another piece and just snip out the flower and layer it up. But if you're going for the one-day special, you've got options. So
yes.
let's have a look at what else we've got.
We are busy for that as well. Your details are on the screen for our one-day special.
Okay,
We've got Flexi Buy as well on that, so 2 payments of £24.98. You're getting so much in it as well.
You are. Now, because I'm going back to a die, I can remove the rubber mat now, and I can bring out my other dies, and I've got, I don't need to emboss these, there's no decorative detail here. So in the set, in the one-day special, I've got these 2 layers as well. Now, I've got to say a really big thank you to Pearlywinks and to Alex, because everybody's been helping me out. I got these samples so late, and I've not had time to put much together, so they've been making me lots of wonderful backgrounds. Really
and I
lovely
watched them all doing this. No, I didn't. I would have offered to help, but I probably wouldn't have been much help. But I did chat to Alex whilst she was doing it, so she wasn't alone, you know? Because it's a team effort here at Agenda.
It certainly was. Now, Pearlywinks obviously do a wonderful spray, so we've got this beautiful sort of, I'm not sure what colour they've used here, but it's got some sparkle in it. We had a busy show earlier, actually. Can you see the sparkle in there?
I love that.
You can mix them together, so it could be a combination. But just to cut some of this out, I'm not going traditional red, I'm going to go pink with my poinsettias. And, do you know, you could use these for other occasions as well if you wanted to. Now, I've got rid of the rubber mat, and I've put my my ready-made shim back in, because I know this is the correct sandwich for the Sizzix to die cut.
Okay.
So we're going to cut those both out together. Now, the reason I've got such a big machine is because we couldn't find the right plates for the smaller machine, but at home everybody can just go with their standard machines, of course. You don't need the Big Shot Plus for this. And because it is so big, I'm winding back to save me having to sort of reach over.
I think Alex might have this one, actually.
She has.
Yeah.
She has got this one. It's a great machine. It is a great machine. Right, so what we've got there, you see, are now another couple of layers which you've cut beautifully. There is something else I could do to this, actually. So straight away you can see there that I can start to layer up, so I could move it around. I could have them sort of set at different levels, so we're really building up the detail. We can put some shaping in here at the minute, or you can just lay straight on top of the base there. Okay, so we're going to do another layer, actually, Nikki, while we're here, because
I love the colour, by the way.
It is beautiful, isn't it? Really, really lovely. I've got so many dies, I've just got to be careful not to lose, or I've got to keep thinking about which one goes with which. Now, I'm going to go for this one. This was available as an individual. This is really lovely as well. This is the Snowflake Flower.
Oh,
the
pretty.
Snowflake Flower. So again, I want to show you cutting these live on air so you can see, because sometimes dies do far more than you first realise. Now this is quite intricate, this one. I'm going to tape it down actually. If you've got one of those plates, you can go for the intricate cutting plate if you've got one. I have got mine with me, but I've chosen not to use it just because I like to be fair to those that don't have one.
Did you say 20% of this has got? 20% of this is gone, I'm afraid. So you must be quick. Details on the screen, 137932.
Okay, so a little tip for you as well, if you are cutting something intricate and you're not sure if it's cut right, is, and this is a trick that I find works very well, I just try not to lose the whole of this. Oh, actually it's dropped straight out, so it has cut right. Look at that, that's come straight out.
Wow.
Now what you'll find with this one is you've got that centrepiece there that pops out, which you could use if you wanted to. Now I have got quite a few little bits that want knocking out, but you can see it's cut beautifully. In fact, if there's anybody watching who's bought paper rose dies, please let us know how you found them, because I have had some great feedback from previous customers saying that they've found they cut beautifully. They are great quality. You get lovely designs and lovely cuts from them. So you see, I'm not even having to use a brush or a poker tool here.
So our email is studio@hochanda.com.
Okay, so once again, this is quite a thin cardstock. And that is another layer there. I'm just going to put this safe before I lose it. Just pop that there. So that could be a snowflake. It could be a flower. Once again, there's other dies that will work. I'm just having a look to see what else we've got here, actually. Oh, now then. I did have some other snowflakes, but I'm not allowed to show you those now because they weren't on the system. But we've got things like the corners. If you snip into it, you could add into the centre as well for more detail. But of course, with the dies that we're showing you, you've also got the central little buds or the middle of the flowers with the appropriate dies as well. So what we're going to do here now, Nikki, we're going to give it a little bit of shape and just build this up. So
I didn't really realise you could snip into them, you know.
Oh, very easily.
I know that sounds really silly, which probably shows, you know, yes, that I am like your beginner crafter. But it was Barbara that said, oh, and you snip in here and you can snip in there. And I was almost thinking, oh, you're allowed to do that, because I almost felt like, well, that's the design. Should it not stay as that design? But of course not. Now I realise that. It's obviously what you're creating as an individual, isn't it? So if you want to snip bits and pieces out, you can.
Exactly. So this one, just because it's pre-cut already, you see what I could do there, Nikki, is just snip away that little snowflake there. I could leave some of the detail on if I wanted to, or I could take it right away. So just look at the actual snowflake. Where I'm cutting there, I'm leaving that little tab on. And you see you've got a perfect little snowflake.
Yeah.
So if ever you send your dies through the machine and you have a mishap, don't throw them away. Just look at the bits that you can cut out and keep them.
Oh, okay.
So I did that earlier actually with some. I didn't tape them down and they moved a little bit. So they kind of double cut, so to speak. So don't ever think about throwing things away. Now, because we've embossed the detail on this one, Nikki, this is more technique, this first demo, than actually building a card up. I'm going to use a little bit of ink, and I've got a sponge. Now, this is an oxide. You could use other inks. Now, I'm just using the point of my sponge, and I don't want an awful lot of colour, but I'm just going to catch a little bit of colour over the green holly leaves here, just to bring out that green in there. You can go with more than one colour if you like. That will also accentuate the detail that's been brought out with the embossing folder as well. Personally, I would have preferred an extra shim in there, and it would have brought out that detail further, but it is there. You can see it.
So these paints you can get on our website as well.
You certainly can. Now, often we hear people say, oh, I can't colour, I can't colour. You don't need to be able to with ink. Just use your inks just to add that detail. Keep it simple. Don't overthink things. Just a little bit of colour there is going to make all of the difference. Okay, so we've got one more little leaf there. Now you'll notice with this particular die, this corner die, there's a leaf that's kind of disappearing behind the flower there.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to worry about the flower petal because I'm going to cover it up. So I'm just going to cover the whole bit there. So I've caught that, okay? I could go with a brown on the stems if I want, you know, that's up to you. We can do that afterwards if we want. We'll just start building up and see how things look. So what I've got now are my layers. I'm going to give them a little bit of shaping. Remember, these have been spritzed with the pearly winks. This is quite a thick card actually. I'm just using a pair of scissors. You can use a boning tool just to give them a little bit of shape, or you could use a ball tool and a mat and shape them. But I'm actually just going to go with the scissors here and then just bend up a little bit and give a bit of shape. Now I'm not going to shape it too much, and I am going to put that right over there. So now you can see where I've gone with that colour. There's probably an absolutely correct way to do this. You may need to turn these round a little bit, but to be honest with you, I think that's the one. But I'm not really that bothered, because with shaping it, I think it's quite nice if you see a difference underneath. Okay, so we'll go with a little bit of glue and pop that down. Just a bit of glue in the middle. And I could have inked around the edge again to define the edge of the petals. And then we've got the pretty layer here, which you could leave totally white. I think I will leave it white actually. So with this one, you've got options again. You can go over the top like that, so you're totally lined up, which looks really pretty actually.
Details for that one on the screen, because that is individual and 40% of that has gone.
Or you can go like that. Which would you prefer?
That one I like.
You like that one? Right, we'll go with that then. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. I don't want to stick the whole lot down because I'd lose that movement. So it was that way, wasn't it? So there we go. Now, because it's a snowflake flower, that actually looks pretty exactly as it is. So you could leave the centre out, but we have got another layer. So maybe we'll go with that. So we're keeping with the pink. A little bit of glitter on this as well would look amazing. Just a tiny bit of glitter. In fact, the deal of the day, Nikki, has got the Quickie glue pens and the Collal glue, which would be perfect.
Yes,
to go with
deal of the day.
Perfect.
That will be on our website, and that's also coming up on Good Evening Hochanda as well.
Okay.
Oh, details bottom of the screen, and it's Pink Frog, so 065991.
Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to pop that there, and just because I showed you how you could snip, because it's my snowflake flower, I think I'm going to put that snowflake right in the centre there,
I love
rather than the
that.
middle. You do get the middles to the dies, but actually this just shows, you know, just use those tiny bits that you've snipped away. And I think a little gem, a little sparkly gem in the middle there would look lovely. Now, if I'd got some pearl drops, that would look really nice.
Yes.
I've got some little diamantes here, so let's put one in the centre there. And the little berries, you could either colour or again use your pearl drops to pick out the colour there.
Yes.
So although that's not a full card as such, I'm just going to put that on a blank card, just so it picks the detail out. Just so we can see, this is quite a big card actually. I'd trim this down probably. You could do two of these so they're opposite corners, or just one in the corner. And a nice sentiment.
Stunning.
Isn't that lovely? Really pretty.
Oh, absolutely
really pretty.
gorgeous. And she couldn't have done it without me, could you?
I am going to get you helping me, don't you worry about that.
Absolutely brilliant. I adore her crafting. She's so, so clever. Right, we're going to show you some more items, but Leonie, whose birthday it is today actually.
Is it?
Happy birthday,
I didn't know
Leonie.
that. I need
She's
to go
going
and
to
say
tell
happy
you on her
birthday.
birthday a little bit more about Flexi Order.
Flexi Order has arrived at Hochanda. What is Flexi Order? When you place an item on FlexiBuy in your basket, you qualify for Flexi Order, which means any other items you add to your basket will also be included in your FlexiBuy payments, so you can spread the cost over multiple monthly payments. After your first payment is made, your entire order will be dispatched. When you add at least £60 worth of any items to your shopping basket, either online or on the phone, you'll qualify for our Flexi Order offer. This means you can spread the cost of your order over equal monthly FlexiBuy payments, offering you the extra flexibility when you shop with us. Flexi Order, making your shopping experience with Hochanda easier.
Oh, happy birthday, our Leonie, as she would say. Right, we are very, very busy for this one-day special. We've just seen a beautiful demonstration from Kathryn, but this is what you will be getting. So you are getting your Paper Rose, Poinsettia die and stamp collection, 17 dies and 8 stamps in total. We're giving you 2 Flexi Buy payments, £24.98. Your price is £49.95 with your P&P. Your item number is 870335, and I'm just going to show you some of the cutouts because these look really, really striking. So that is just what Kathryn has done earlier for us. I'm going to show you another one as well. Now we are really busy for that, and you can see. Now these have got the embossing, which you can't see on these, but we saw them obviously during Kathryn's demonstration, which she explained really well to us as well, and that one. So absolutely gorgeous, and we are very, very busy. This is our one-day special. How many days till Christmas? 116 days till Christmas. Yes, better hurry up with that. So very busy for that, but we're going to move along. We've got a lot to get through because we are very busy everywhere. So we've got our Snowflake Corner Die. So this again is gorgeous. We're going to bring up the details for you. Now over 20% of this has gone. Now I'm going to show you the cutout again, just because you can really see it so effectively. So that's £9.99 plus your P&P, item number 551659. That is for your Snowflake Corner Die. Now we've got some more. We've got our Snowflake Corner Frame Die. So details coming up on the screen for you now, and I'm going to show you the cutout. So again, the price would be £9.99 and your P&P, item number 167894. So busy for that as well. Then we have your Snowflake Border Die. So let's have a look at this. Again, item number 183572. Your price is £9.99 plus your P&P. That one is gorgeous, and obviously it can go any which way, like that. Again, busy for all of these. Now, all new today, you won't have seen any of this before. Now this has been popular. This is our Christmas Snowflake Flower. Half the stock of this has gone. And obviously we're only halfway through the first show. So price £9.99 and your P&P, item number 137932. So then we're going to move on to our large Christmas Snowflake Layered Die. So I'm going to show you these. This is quite a collection. So you're getting 4 dies in here, item number 941164. Your price is £10.99 plus your P&P. So these are your beautiful snowflakes. So they absolutely stunning. And they've just said in the gallery actually, yeah, absolutely looks like a star. Again, like me and Kathryn were saying actually, so many of these are actually not just for Christmas, so please bear that in mind, and we'll talk you through that as well when we do some of our demonstrations. So now we're moving on to our stamps. These are cozy winter stamps, which are so cute. So details are coming up for you now. There's 16 stamps in total. You've got a little polar bear, you've got Santa, you've got your tree, you've got, I think that's maybe a Christmas pudding. Oh, look, your little star. Oh, how sweet. Absolutely gorgeous. Little snowflake, your Christmas decorations, your presents. So your item number 246583, £15.99 and your P&P. And you've got your matching dies as well. So you would probably want to be getting both together. So you can see those there, and the item number is 397180, £14.99 and your P&P. And don't forget again, all of these brand new today, so you won't have seen them. Paper Rose, a great brand that obviously Kathryn has worked with and loves working with as well. Now, we're getting on to something very, very busy. This is your Scribble Wreath. You're getting 6 dies, but 70% of this has gone. So we're looking really for a sellout this hour, we think, because it's been so incredibly busy. Your item number 985288 15.99 and your P&P. And as me and Kathryn were saying earlier, a wreath can be used literally all year round. You don't have to use the full wreath, you can use half of the wreath, but very, very popular. So I would be quick with that one. Then you've got your season greetings die set. And yes, this probably would just be for Christmas time. And I'm going to bring out the cutout so you can see, obviously you've got almost both versions there. 830, 826, a solid background there as well, which looks pretty cool. 16.99 and your P&P. Now we've got more stamps. So these are your winter tree stamps. And again, we were saying the trees really can be used, you know, any time at winter. It doesn't have to just be for Christmas. And then your lovely sentiments as well at the top there in sort of different fonts. Wishing you a Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. So 972953 15.99 and your P&P. Then we've got some more stamps. We've got your pine trees. So you're getting, I believe, 3, is it in this one? Yeah, so you're getting 3 in this. So we've got the tree, the sentiment and the little bird. So that is 304902 11.99 and your P&P. Now Ross said that was a robin. Kathryn didn't think it was a robin. If anyone knows what bird that is, please email us in because we're not quite sure. But it is cute, isn't it? Very cute. So details on the screen for that. Now next you've got your sentiment stamp set. Again, very busy for everything here. Now, I absolutely love these. You can make your own sentences. Also, Kathryn was saying earlier, you know, she quite likes the larger font with the smaller font. Details on the screen: 350472 15.99 and your P&P. You're actually getting 14 stamps in there, so that's brilliant. Then we're going to move on to our reindeer family, which I love. So that is your die set. You're getting 3 of those in there. 20% of this has gone. 466, 295, 13.99 and your P&P. I'm going to show you the cutout actually, if I may. Look at that. It's your own little herd of reindeer. So details on the screen, and then we've also got, which I really love actually, this is one of my favourites, the reindeer in the forest. Also over 20% of this is gone, and I love this one. So that is item number 693318 9.99 and your postage. But we are very busy, not just for the one-day special, actually for everything, because of course everything is new today. So get onto our website, have a look at all the items in the show, go through, pick out obviously what you want, you can shop ahead. We're going to be seeing brilliant demonstrations here from our Kathryn, but if you want to secure anything, I would advise to do it because we are very, very busy, particularly for that wreath, which actually I believe Kathryn's going to do a demonstration with us.
I am. I've got to say it's one of my favourites. I love this one, absolutely love it. Now, I have already cut one out, but I want to do another one because I'm going to use more than one. And I also want to show you different options with this as well. Now, I've gone for some shimmer card here. There's no reason other than it looks nice.
Yes.
And this is a slightly heavier cardstock than the one I've just had because I'm going to use it as a stencil as well.
Okay.
So the card I used previously was quite thin and, you know, I'm risking creasing it a little bit more. So I'm going to go with this. So what I've done, I've got a card blank first of all. So this is just a white card blank. These are the clarity ones actually, the larger ones. I've got some from Perlywinks. Okay. Everybody's been donating bits for me today, which has been amazing. Now the wreath itself, I'm going to place, this is actually the silver, but I'm actually going to use this one the other way up this time, just to make a difference.
We're 3/4 of the stock of this gone,
it's
just
busy,
to let
this
you know.
one, really busy. So I'm going to take that down and I'm going to send it through the die cutting machine. Now I've cut that piece of card the same size as the card blank, just to show you different options of what you can do with it. So I'm going to pop that onto my base plate there. So it's my regular sandwich because I'm just die cutting. I'm not going to be embossing this one with a mat.
Okay.
So it's just a case of running it through the machine again. Now this is a good weight shimmer card that I've got here as well. So it's probably a good 280, maybe even a 300, I'm not sure. And this is cutting through perfectly. I'm only coming backwards because it's a big machine and it's a long way to stretch. So, okay, right. Now, what I'm going to do now, Nikki,
I hope you can be quick because we're over 80% gone of this. Will she get to finish her demo?
No, will I or won't I? Now, what I've got there is a base template. If I just hold that up so you can see the opening in it, which I could use. I've also got this piece, which you're probably thinking, well, what would you do with that? But actually, I can do something with that as well. I'm going to use all of this. And then I've got my gorgeous cutout. Now, there is a right and wrong way with your die cutting, because the face of the card, you'll get kind of a rounded edge to the detail. So you might be able to notice that, because I cut this one the other way up. I don't know if you can tell. Actually, it's hard to see on screen there, but there is a definite difference. That's the one that's been cut, so the white side is the right side.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see there. You can see a little bit of marking as well as. So you can flip them, but you know what? There is really a right and wrong way.
We are limited stick on this. Ooh. Limited stick, limited stock. I don't know what limited stick is. But we are limited stock.
Oh no, I want to finish this as well. Right, so what I'm doing, I'm taping down. Obviously, as I said, I cut this the same size, and I'm just going to tape that down with some low tack tape. It's so log tap, it's not sticking to the mat, look. Okay. And then I've also got, now there's a definite right and wrong way, well, not a right and wrong way, but there's a definite way this is cut out, but I'm not going to worry whether this central bit is going to be put back in the same place or not. And I'm going to just kind of leave that. Obviously, I've got the cutout there. Oh no, we got some news, Nikki. I'm hearing something.
We are technically sold out. So what that means is everyone has got it in their basket. So if everyone checks out, we won't have any more, it will be gone. If any bounce back, we will let you know though, because sometimes that can happen. So keep an eye out on our website.
Right, now I've just inked that one side. I'm going to be as quick as I can with this before I'm told I've got to put it back. Oh no, that's moved. Right, let me just put that back where it was and just use, it doesn't matter if it moves a little bit, to be fair.
Okay.
It's very low tack. Now, because it's moving, I've got to be very careful not to smudge this. I'm just going to go around with my dauber here with my blending tool. And to be honest with you, Nikki, I've not even re-inked this from the last time I used it. It's got a little bit of brown on there. I could go with a different colour if I wanted, but I thought, you know, we'll go with this one. So I'm not going to worry about picking up more ink. I just want this very, very subtle. Okay, so I'm using the offcuts or the waste, but it's never waste really, as a stencil. Okay.
Well done if you got this though, because that did go quickly.
It is beautiful. I'm using a fraction of the actual set. So what I've got there now is a stenciled wreath. So you can see a little bit more ink could have done with gone at the bottom there, but it doesn't matter. I'll get more than one use out of those, but for now I'm just going to keep them as they are. I'm going to be as quick as I can because I know it's gone. Okay, now what you can do then, you see, you can layer up, so the silver there, and I'm not going to place it over where I've stenciled. I want that to show through, so it's another layer in the background, or it looks like a shadow. Okay, and then I'm going to go over the top with the white one as well. I would normally add a bit of ink to this. I just don't want them to line up. I want them to be offset a little bit.
Details for the one-day special are on your screen again now, because we are very, very busy for that. So you can see those dies and that stamp set. We've had one sell out already. Will we have any more? Will we be limited stick again?
It's the limited stick. Yeah. Well, do you know, I can't really finish this now because of it going, but we've got that lovely snowflake flower again there. Now, Alex, I want to say thank you to Alex again. She cut me these out of these beautiful colours.
She did.
And I'm just going to lay them on just so you can see. This is keeping it quite Christmassy again, but building up the detail, using your dies within the collection, using your holly leaves and the ferns as well. You can thicken that up as well. Just different ways of working with them. So I'm just going to lay that over the top there.
We've just had a lovely email from Sylvia. I wonder if that's Sylvia that's always watching.
I know which Sylvia that will be.
Sylvia Allen, is it? Oh, that won the birthday card.
She did, Sylvia. Yes. She does amazing work.
Now, I've forgotten what she said. She's got paper rows, and they cut absolutely beautifully from
they do.
whether it's intricate or straight line.
They do.
Thanks, Sylvia.
Right, I'm going to move on to another demo because I know I'm not supposed to be doing this now. But you can just layer
That's
up in different ways. Yes. So I don't want to spend them, but just build it. I would have put a lot more work into that if it hadn't have.
Is that our Christmas rose?
That is our Poinsettia snowflake.
Brilliant. Okay, from the
Snowflake Flower.
Snowflake Flower.
That's available individually.
Which we're busy for as well.
And the base is from the 1 day special.
Okay,
That's
half
from the
of
1
the
day
stock.
special.
Details of that, so 137,932. How much stock of? Over 60% of that has gone. I think we could have a few sellouts, you know.
We may just do that. I'm disappointed I didn't get to finish that how I really wanted to do it, but never mind.
Oh.
Never mind, next time perhaps.
Okay, so do we have time for another demonstration? We've got 7 minutes.
Now then, I did have a couple of card blanks and I've put them down somewhere. You know the one I was doing
earlier?
earlier?
Have they fallen on the floor behind you?
Possibly. Yes, they have.
Do you want me to
Thank
pick
you.
them? Yeah.
Got those. I just wanted to show you, and I want your opinion on this, Nikki, now that you're a crafter.
Well,
This was the first
go that far.
demonstration. That in the corner of that card, and I would put a nice sentiment. We've got lots of sentiments, so I could carry on with this one, really. But would you prefer it to go on the white, as it is there, or do you like the drama of the black?
Oh, do you know, that's a tough one. Okay, the boys in the gallery like the black. Ben on floor? Like the black. Well, let's go with the. I don't really know.
Well,
I'd like them both, to be honest. I know it's
I
not
like
helpful.
them both, but do you know, I would have said white, but actually I'm going with the black as well.
Yes. The boys want the black.
I think it looks lovely. We might carry on with this actually. How much time we've got left? Oh, we haven't got a lot of time, have we?
6 minutes.
Shall we? Let's finish this one off because what I was going to do, I'll have to do at 8 o'clock, so it'll maybe take a little bit too long. So another set that we've got is the solid and the script there with the is it Season's Greetings? This is lovely, absolutely lovely. Now we've got a bit of time left, so I'm going to see if I've got any more of that background from the Pearly Winks in the pink, or maybe not, or I might just do my favourite technique. See, this is what happens, Nikki. I get going and I just bury everything and then I can't find anything.
She's got
That's
a
what
huge
happens.
kit as well. I was shocked. And then you told me it was only, what did you say, about a 10th of your kit?
I've got
100th.
a van outside that's absolutely crammed full.
Honestly, I said, is this all your kit? She was like, nothing. Stuff everywhere.
Right, okay, now this is one of my favourite techniques actually, and I love doing this. And I could do it with the Pearly Wink sprays, but just because for ease and speed now, I'm going to go with the colours I've got here, which is the Cracked Pistachio, which is an oxide, and also I've got Worn Lipstick, which is very similar or the same as some of the colours that I've put in the other bit there. So I do this an awful lot, Nikki, and I'm going to do it again. This is no exception. I'm going to take some of the ink, and I'm not being particularly careful about it. I'm just going on to some cardstock here. We're going to go with some pink as well. I'm just sticking with the pink and the green. Okay. Don't worry about overlapping too much and blending perfectly. It really isn't going to matter. Then we're going to go with the green again. And all I'm interested in is that my sentiment itself will cover the area of colour somehow. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to send this through the die cutting machine. I'm hoping this isn't going to move because I'm not even going to bother taping it down this time.
Okay.
She says, famous last words, I'm being brave, I'm being brave. Right, so we'll send that through. Sometimes you see if you don't tape down on the bigger dies, and especially on the machines, if you've got a lot of pressure in the rollers as well, when you go back the other way, the pressure can move things slightly, so you get a double cut rather than an accurate cut.
Okay.
But let's see what happens. So, oh, I love doing this. I do this a lot.
Wow.
Now look at this, Nikki. When I take this out, just catch that. Look at that, how beautiful that looks. Isn't that gorgeous? It really is lovely. So just anybody can do that with ink. Nikki, you could do that just as beautifully. Just a little bit, you don't even have to be careful because of the fine detail. It just looks amazing. So I could decide now if I want to go on the corner there, do I just go with the wording or do I go with the solid bit at the back? I don't think it needs a solid bit. I think just as it is
well
there.
with the black.
And then if you want to shape the flowers a little bit more, you can do, just so we can see that. But doesn't that make a lovely card?
Absolutely gorgeous.
Really pretty,
Well
isn't
done,
it?
you.
Anyway, I will stick that together properly so we've got it ready, finished for the next one.
Right, let's bring
Okay.
up the details for the one-day special because we are so busy. So details coming up on the screen now. So you are getting your dies, all of those dies and the stamps. So you're getting your Poinsettia die and stamp collection, 17 dies and 8 stamps. So this is brand new today. Your price is £49.95 plus your P&P. Or 2 payments on FlexiBuy, so £24.98 and then P&P on your first payment. Now let me show you some of the cutouts from this. So you can see that's everything that you're getting, and then this is one of the cutouts here. And this one, actually this is similar to the card, yeah, that we've just seen. Yeah, this is lovely on the black. And then, yeah, look at that. So striking, isn't it? So these are the cutouts. Gorgeous. So that's everything that you're getting in our one-day special. Now, we've already had a sellout. The wreath has gone. Now, the other one that we're very busy for as well is the Snowflake Flower as well. Where are we up to with that one, Ross? Because we're very busy for that. We're about 3/4 of the stock for that. So the item, yeah, that might go before the next hour. So I'd be quick with that one. Item number 137932. It's £9.99 and your P&P, but we're very busy. So we're going to go back to Kathryn and have a look at her finished card. Are you going to give it to Ross or Jimmy or Ben?
Oh, do you know,
have
the
a fight
first
on your
Christmas
hands.
card I've made, actually, I've made a bit of a mess with the glue, but that'll dry clear.
Yeah.
But that looks really nice. This is the Snowflake Flower that we've just been talking about. This is one that's vulnerable right at the minute, isn't it? It really is. And just to bring in again, just to show you how lovely these are in different card stocks, you've got your glitter card there. If you were watching John Next Door last week, oh, the glitter card, absolutely stunning, the beautiful colours. Then there, this is from the one-day special. Yes, the non-shed card
the
there.
non-shed, yeah.
This is the Snowflake Flower. You do get that inner bit as well. I don't know where my bit has gone. There is a piece that comes out of there as well. And the opposites look just as beautiful. There we are. Aren't they stunning? Well worth getting this extra one to go with the one-day special.
Yeah, and it's very busy.
It works beautifully like that as well. So lots of different ways of working with it. So we've got that. Do you know, with the one-day special as well, Nikki, we've not even talked about the dies that go with the stamp that's in there.
No, honestly, you are getting so much and we are so busy. Lovely Kathryn is back at 8 o'clock for some more demonstrations. That one is absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for this hour.
You're welcome.
And thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next hour.
Bye.